Hi guys and welcome back. Hey, so I haven't been playing The Witcher for a couple of days, and when I came back to it I found they've released this new patch. Now there's some really cool things about this. First of all, finally they've allowed you somewhere where you can store your weapons, your armor and your junk into a place for safekeeping. They won't get stolen from there, they won't get nicked, and you can go to any point in the map, or at least any area, and go to another stash zone and you'll be able to pick up the items that you've left there. Pretty useful. I mean, there are some things I got rid of over the course of the game that I just didn't want to get rid of just because I kind of like them or they look good. But here you go. So I'll show you on the world map. They've introduced this new icon. As you can see, it looks like this. It's a giant green case. You can't really miss it, and it stands out from all of the others. It's quite a large icon compared to the others. And as you see, there's one there on the Skellige Islands. There's at least one in every area, and there's two in Valen here. One here in the Baron's location, the Crow's Perch, and then again another one there in Novigrad. So yeah, store your stuff in there. Once you've found one of these, they look like this. It's a giant chest. Pretty obvious that it's something that you can put stuff in rather than take stuff from. Yeah, use it to put stuff away that you either can't use yet, or that is too heavy, or maybe you just haven't got the heart to get rid of, just because it looks good. There are a couple of items of clothing I had that looked pretty good I didn't want to get rid of, but they were overburdening me, so I had to. So this is quite a nice way of doing that. I think there's a limited amount of space that you can keep this stuff in. Of course, they wouldn't make it that easy. It can't be infinite. But at least it stores stuff in here, and you can always come back and sell it. Even if you never come back and use it again, at least you don't have to get rid of it if you can't make up your mind what to do with it. So yeah, and one useful thing I suppose you could do is, if you're overburdened, you can come and sort by, which is the L3 button on the PS4. Sort by the heaviest items and maybe take those out just to clear some space in your inventory. It's clear some weight, so you can carry more. And I think that's a great update, absolutely essential. I don't know why it wasn't there in the first place. Another thing that they've done is make basically any of these usable items, any of these potions or food items, as you notice, they are 0 weight now, so they will not add anything to your overall weight bearing, which I think is awesome. All of the alchemy, all of these items, these things are all still got some weight to them, but all of the alchemy and crafting items as well are 0 in weight, so they do not add to your weight in the overall game, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Slightly unrealistic, but you can build up so much of this stuff that managing your inventory was becoming a right headache. And another nice addition is they've added a books tab into your inventory section. The cool thing about this is not only does it take away from your other items, so you don't have to wade through them, but you can tell which ones you've already read. Now you weren't able to do this before. Now they've slightly greyed out each of the icons from the books and the letters and the pages, manuscripts, whatever they are, that you might have read already, and you can see a little green sentence underneath something that tells you you've already read it. So if there's a book you haven't read yet, it might reveal a location or an entry in your bestiary. It will show you that if you've seen it already, which I think is brilliant. Right, another thing they've added, the last thing I wanted to show you in this highlights, is this additional change you can make to the movement response. Now, if you go into the options menu into gameplay, you can choose the standard, which you can see here. And this is what you'll be pretty much used to already when you've been playing the game. If you move the camera around, it takes a little while for Geralt to move his direction. His turning circle is relatively limited, and this becomes apparent when you're inside buildings. So I guess the only way really to describe the change that they've made is to show you exactly. As you can see, I'm running around in circles there, and that's a pretty open circle compared to the other option they've given you. So go into options, into gameplay, and take the alternative option on your movement response. Remember, this is an optional change. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. But it makes the game feel a little bit fresher, a little bit easier to control Geralt. As I'm moving the camera around here, Geralt is moving exactly in time with the camera's movements, which is absolutely brilliant. Certainly will be good for the horse racing, and it's pretty useful in the game. So you can notice as well, when I'm moving sideways left and right, or running around in circles, how much tighter that circle is. Now inside buildings it will be a lot easier. When you're in narrow spaces, that's going to be much cooler, a little bit easier to control, I think. So those are the best things I've taken from the patch. There are other things they've done, like they've patched a few of the glitches, the exploits. There's loads of patches for bugs, and it's a pretty good release. There's a hell of a lot in it, and which is why it was so big. It's something like between 5 and 7 gig. Huge patch. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Just a few highlights from there, and if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much guys, and good night.